Hello, this is Mike McKinley with Elder Care Law. I'm back again to answer some more questions. This particular question is quite common. Mom or dad is showing signs of dementia. What should I do? So the first thing I'll say is, as soon as you start noticing signs of dementia, whether it's forgetfulness, calling you multiple times a day and doesn't remember that they called you previously, misplacing things, becoming angry for irrational reasons. There are lots of signs of dementia. I encourage you to go out and Google those. There are lots of organizations that talk about dementia and talk about what signs to look for. But assuming that you've seen some of those signs and you're concerned, what do you do? Well, first, you want to be proactive. The first question that I would ask anyone who has called me and has asked that to me in person will be, do you have a power of attorney document already in place? Are you the power of attorney? If not, who is? And if there isn't one, then the number one priority before we do anything else, even before worrying about medical attention, et cetera, would be getting a durable financial power of attorney in place and a healthcare power of attorney. Sometimes they can be the same document, but they're so crucial. I can't stress that fact enough. In fact, it's crucial enough that I'm going to do a separate video just on power of attorneys, why they're important, the pitfalls, why some are not worth the paper they're written on, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to go into a lot more detail with the power of attorneys in another video. But just to quickly cover some things that you need to know is the purpose of the power of attorney is to avoid guardianships. Guardianships are extremely expensive. And just they're a necessary evil. But I don't know about you, but I don't want to participate in something that's a necessary evil. Okay. Um, Again, more on this in a future video. But if you have a power of attorney, was that power of attorney drafted by an elder law attorney, or was it just drafted by uh, you know your Main Street attorney or the guy that did your divorce or whoever? It's very likely if it was not drafted by an elder law attorney, it's not what you need. If your parents are elderly, it needs to be a power of attorney document drafted by a competent elder law attorney. See more for reasons why. Has it been renewed? So if it hasn't been, or has it been reviewed? If it wasn't drafted by an elder law attorney, you need to get it to one as soon as possible to say, yeah, this will work, or no, it's not effective. And out of all the reviews I do, easily 90% of them are not what I would want my clients to have in terms of a document that grants effective ability for them to act on their parents' behalf and do everything that they need to do. So the next question, so the next thing, POA, that's always first and it's the most important. Next thing is, have you seen a neurologist? Have you scheduled an appointment with a neurologist? Again, research your doctors. Find out if these doctors are experienced in dealing with dementia-related issues. The next thing you want to do is have the medications evaluated. I can't tell you how many times I've had clients who are exhibiting extreme, sometimes very extreme, signs of dementia. And when we dug into it, when my elder care coordinator looked at the medication list, we found out that they have several medications they're taking that don't play well with one another. Okay, the different medications can cause dementia-like symptoms, and if you get those medications sorted out, a lot of times you can see drastic improvement um, in the mental abilities of your loved ones. So the reason this is quite simple. Traditionally, we used to have one lawyer that did all of your work, right? The same lawyer did your divorce, did your business contracts, did whatever. He was your guy, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to have my lawyer call you." Well, nowadays, it's in the medical profession used to be the same. No matter what ailed you, you went to the same doctor. Well, that's not the case anymore. You have a different heart doctor, lung doctor, uh, ear, nose, and throat doctor, urologist, you name it. You've got a different doctor for pretty much every body part. And the fact is, these guys are not spending an inordinate amount of time reviewing your records or your chart And sometimes the medications that you've been prescribed from one doctor might not show up in another chart. So a lot of times these guys just don't know what you're already being prescribed. And as you well know, when a doctor asks me what medications am I taking, if I list, I just say none because I don't really take any. But that might not always be true, and you might not remember what all you're taking and in what doses. So the medication can be a big issue. So it's certainly the first thing that I would recommend to anybody who's noticed dementia-related issues to address that problem. Now, the next thing I would say that needs to be done immediately, get control, and this is why the POA is so important. You need to get some kind of control and safety measures put in place on mom and dad's finances. Um, the elderly are particularly at risk from financial fraud, from theft and abuse, not only because of frailty, but also because they have money. I mean, you don't rob a poor person because poor people don't have money. But most elderly people, most of the older people, have all the money. So that's why they are the number one target of fraud and theft. So um, it's very common. I'll have clients come in and hire me after mom has already been or dad has already been swindled out of money. You go and maybe a contractor got paid in the morning, comes back that afternoon and gets another check because dad can't remember paying him the check that morning. Or the telephone fraud is very common. People calling saying that maybe your grandson is in jail and you need to wire $20,000 for his bond, and if you don't wire the money, we're going to keep him in jail, and so on and so forth. That happens a lot. I have clients that has happened to. So once dementia starts rearing its ugly head, you need to get on top of that sooner rather than later to protect and especially if you have known threats. So maybe you've got a rogue sibling who's addicted to drugs, and you is going to come after mom and dad's money. You need to get control. You need to get that addressed as soon as possible. So if you have more questions about this, please stay tuned for future videos on power of attorney documents. Um, and also, if something like this is going on, please call us 859-298-2150. It doesn't matter what state you're in, we can help you. We have contacts with elder law attorneys in every state of the country. We're a life care planning law firm, so we have elder care coordinators who can jump in and help advise you on care-related decisions and what doctors to see, etc. So don't wait. Give us a call. Let us help. That's what we're here for. Um, Again, just look us up at Elder Care Law of Kentucky is our website, and our phone number is 859-298-2150. You have a great day. Thank you.